Hello everyone, this is Erik, the Asian movie enthusiast, and this is my review of Miss Baek, a Korean dramatic thriller from 2018. Our protagonist here is a woman in her late 30s who has had a very difficult life. As a child, she was physically abused by her alcoholic mother, and just a few years prior to the events of this film, she messed up a guy who was attempting to sexually assault her, and then she was mistreated by authorities because the perpetrator had connections. Now, she lives in a rundown apartment and is constantly annoyed by a well-meaning cop who is doing his best to help her out. One day, she meets a little girl who is being abused by her parents, and she must decide whether or not to step in and do something about it. So Miss Baek is a rather blunt movie that uses its themes to get an emotional reaction from the viewer. You know, the protagonist is a victim, the little girl is a victim, and the little girl's parents are cartoonish psychopaths with no redeeming qualities whatsoever. Now, the disadvantage of this setup is that the antagonists have no multidimensionality at all, but the benefit of this setup is that the conflicts are very strong. I wanted to see these abusive parents just get the crap kicked out of them, you know what I mean? They're really reprehensible human beings. So make no mistake, this is not a pleasant movie to sit through. The scenes of child abuse are relentless and some of the darkest I've ever seen in a Korean film. Remember, this is the country that gave us Silence from 2011, for goodness sakes. In Miss Baek, they really put this girl through the ringer, okay? She's abused physically and psychologically. It's upsetting to the point where the viewer will fear for her character's life. It gets that bad. So in that sense, this movie succeeds and provides some white-knuckle moments of suspense and tension. Now, the adult lead actress, Ji-min Han, won some awards, some big awards in Korea for her performance, and I must say that she really did win me over in this role. You know, this is a very broken and hopeless character as our main lead, so the performance could have become monotonous, one-dimensional, and too depressing. But what I found interesting is that this actress decided to portray this character with determination at the same time. So she has like a gritty, hard-nosed edge to her that's compelling to watch. You know, I looked up Ji-min Han's filmography and noticed that she has some other stuff that I have not yet seen, some of which include some K-dramas. So that's another batch of stuff to put on my to-watch list. But this actress is really good in this movie. Very... it's almost like a career-defining role, I would say. The child actress, Shi-ah Kim, is also quite good. And, South Korea has a history of child actors giving good performances as well. So, not a big surprise there. So, that's really all that needs to be said about Miss Baek. It's a good movie that will get an emotional reaction from you. You're going to feel, a little sad. You're going to feel a little angry and frustrated. But that's what the film intends to do. So it's effective. I do recommend this. It's available on Region 3 DVD with English subtitles. I do not believe it has a U.S. release date set yet, but I would assume that it will at some point this year. So, if you're into these kinds of films, check this one out. And as always, I'll see you next time.